Hello everybody, this is Carla again, and this time I am coming to you with a review for episode 5 of season 3 of Sleepy Hollow, titled Dead Men Tell No Tales, part 2 technically. Confession time, this episode was a double episode, with the first half airing with another Fox TV show, Bones, and then the second part aired on Sleepy Hollow, and I have to admit, I only watched the second part because I like Bones. I haven't watched Bones in years. In fact, when Brennan mentioned in this episode that she had a 5-year-old waiting back at home for her costume, I'm like, no way she's 5. There's no possible way she's 5. Last time I saw her, she'd just been born. So, yeah, it's been a while since I've watched Bones, so I didn't really want to, go back and watch the entire episode because I'm so lost. I don't know what's going on in that show anymore. So I only watched the second half, which was the Sleepy Hollow half, and I have to say I really liked it. I as far as Halloween themed episodes go, it's always funny because even on normal days, Ichabod is grumbling about modern times and how they don't respect the culture of his time and stuff like that. And it was funny to hear him complain about the costumes and stuff, and him being dressed up as John Adams and expecting everybody to recognize him was so funny. Also, I loved that Zoe dressed up as Betsy Ross, but she kind of spiced it up because Betsy Ross is just a seamstress. Oh god, that was so funny. Great humor on the show tonight. And because I only watched the second half, I'm very happy that Fox actually made the episode self-contained. I didn't want to be completely lost, and I was afraid I would be. But they explained enough. Everything that needed to be explained, they mentioned, so I had no problem following the episode. So I'm very glad for that. And overall, yeah, it was a pretty good episode. For a zombie episode, I'm not the biggest fan of zombies, but I liked that it's not just some random zombie. They actually made them Draugr, which I enjoy because I since I was a kid, I've been a fan of mythology, and mostly Greek and Roman, but I also like Norse mythology a lot, and I've known about Draugr for a long while, and they're really badass, honestly. Okay, in the show they kind of looked a bit like the White Walkers, but I guess it all comes kind of from the same place in the human consciousness. The zombies kind of all would look the same if they come back to life. So I liked just the mere mention of Draugr, although, they didn't make any mention as to how the general actually had the little coin that turned people into Draugr, that brought the dead back to life. Ichabod mentioned it was a Norse kind of drawing in the medallion or something, but no mention of where it came from. Which is something Sleepy Hollow does a lot, but by now I'm kind of used to it, so I didn't mind too much. And, sorry about that, my phone just rang. Just basically, I really like the introduction of the Draugr myth, because I like Norse mythology, so it was nice to hear it brought up in a different fandom. And it was fun. I like that it was kind of a throwback to previous episodes, because you know that I had kind of a problem with the episode that one general guy appeared in. I didn't like the episode all that much, and I didn't really get anything from the flashback sequences in that one. What Ichabod's big secret was, I like that there was more to the secret this time around. Not only did he refuse to give out the names, and not only did he become a turncoat, he was actually tasked to kill the dude. So I really like that. I found found it entertaining that they linked it back to the invasion of Manhattan and the Great Manhattan Fire and stuff. And just the whole Greek fire / napalm thing was really funny to me as a chemist, because obviously because I'm a scientist, I can't really, I'm more like Brennan on that side. Like, I can't necessarily agree with Ichabod that there's some kind of fire that just isn't, that you just can't put out. I mean, come on, it's fire. That's chemistry. So I can't agree with him, but I really like the discussion that they just kept going back and forth. It's like Greek fire napalm, Greek fire napalm. That was funny. Just the participation of Booth and Brennan was it did. I mean, I normally don't enjoy crossover episodes because they always seem forced to me, but this one felt okay. Again, I just loved the back and forth between Brennan and Ichabod, because they're so, so different, at such different positions, as far as the way they see the world. So I thought that was interesting. I also like that Abby and Booth kind of bonded, because they're both FBI and they both have other assignments that they have to worry about and stuff like that outside of the FBI. They're both willing to break the rules if they have to protect the people they care about. So that was interesting. I loved when Abby's like, no, wait, don't worry, I know how to open this thing, you just have to press the sequence, and Booth is just like, nope, shoot. And that was so much fun, because again, it goes to show that Booth, even after all this time, is still, kind of act first, don't think, while Abby is kind of coming around more to the Ichabod way of mind of thinking things through before deciding on a plan of action. Because, Ichabod and informed decisions, big deal. So yeah, that was nice. The flashbacks were great in this episode. I really liked them. The fact that Betsy was in there not only helping people, but also, killing zombies. How much more badass can that woman get? I don't know, but I like her. And just the whole subplot with Ichabod and Zoe, and him finally starting to move on from Katrina to actually ask Zoe out. I mean, I like Zoe. I think she's cute. I would like to see some more of them. I get the feeling that some big twist is gonna happen soon, because there's no way he just gets a new girlfriend and there's no drama about it. I mean, the drama cannot be over. So I get the feeling something's gonna come up that's gonna twist things around. I don't know if it will be Betsy Ross or what, but I'm hoping it's Betsy, because I love Betsy. She's really badass. Another thing that kind of left me thinking was Pandora. I mean, once again, we're back to this whole thing where she acts and we don't know why she's acting that way. So, like, we got a little glimpse of her reasons in the last episode, and then this time we're back to not knowing anything. So I was really surprised when she was talking to that little girl and she looked completely different. Like, they did some makeup on Shannon Sossamon's face and she looked different, and I'm beginning to wonder if that's actually what Pandora looks like, because that would be interesting. That would be really interesting. Like, what if she's some kind of like Sumerian goddess, vengeful spirit type stuff? It would be really interesting to see if that's the way she really looks, or if she was just putting on a costume because, hey, Halloween. I hope there's more to it than that. As far as the Jenny and Joe subplot goes, whoa, things are getting interesting there. I really love their dynamic, so I'm very glad that Joe is now part of the cast. I'm unfortunately starting to get the feeling that he's gonna kick the bucket, but I get that about everybody, so don't take my word for it. I might be wrong. But I really like their dynamic. I like that it's personal for them. Like, Joe makes things personal, because, I mean, Jenny, yeah, she was close to Corbin and stuff, and I know they feel very deeply for Corbin, but Joe is his kid. I mean, come on, every time something pops up about Corbin that might be a bit shady or something, Joe really feels it, because despite all the problems they might have had, he loves his dad. And for the record, I don't think Corbin was involved in anything shady. I think down deep he was a good guy. And I think that the way Jenny and Abby kind of have him on a pedestal was because he was a good guy. I don't think they're wrong about Corbin. I think something is going to come out from the Nevin thing that will show them that Corbin wasn't just making money off of these things. And yeah, I mean, I don't think things are as they seem. It's going to come out eventually. I don't know how long it'll take, but whatever. The part I really liked, though, was, I mean, Joe just offering up the shard. I'm like, dude, what? I mean, I know he's desperate, but come on, think a little. But you know what? I don't blame him, because I liked the fact that Jenny was like, follow my lead, and he just didn't give a crap. He just talked. He just said whatever he had to say to get a meeting with Nevin. And on the one hand, I'm like, how are you that stupid? And on the other hand, I'm like, no, I get it. I mean, he's that desperate to prove that his father was not a shady dude. I understand why he did it. Even though logically speaking, I'm like, you just screwed everything up, dude. So, I mean, I like Joe. So, I think it was coming. He's probably going to screw everything up for Jenny. But I think it's something that just couldn't be helped. It had to happen. And I don't think they're gonna end up giving Nevin the shard anyway. Especially since now we know that Dan is on their trail. I mean, come on, when he said relics were being stolen out of Afghanistan and Syria, I was like, oh yeah, terrorists. No, Jenny's business. That's what it is, black market. And I was shocked, because great, this is gonna create, I want a drama between Dan and Abby. Here it is. This is gonna be tough, especially because, I mean, I know Abby is going to come up with something, because she's not going to turn her back on Jenny, of course. That's never gonna happen. And if she has to lie to her boss, that's what's gonna happen. But I like the idea that this creates drama. I like that it's not even romantic drama. That's fun. I mean, it's different. And again, if it brings up the bond between the sisters, I'm all up for it, because Abby and Jenny are, it's like the best part of this show as far as I'm concerned. Their bond is amazing, and I don't want anything to break it. So I'm sure she'll come up with something. We'll see. Just, overall, I thought it was a pretty entertaining episode. Even if it had zombies, at least they weren't just random zombies. They were Driver. I like that. So, good use of mythology, good use of the crossover. I mean, there's not many crossovers I like. So this is, what I'm saying means a lot when I say I like this one, because I usually just frown at crossovers, no matter what they are. But I think it was a good use of Brennan Booth, and they made things entertaining. Just glad to see Ichabod moving forward with his feelings. Looking forward to what's going to happen with Joe and Jenny and Abby. And I think it wasn't just a gimmick episode, which is what I was expecting. It actually moved the plot forward, and I really like that. So, yeah, really enjoyable. That's about it for my review. If you guys want to see more Subi Hollow reviews, be sure to stop by our website at thegeekypub.com. We have more reviews for this show, as well as other TV shows, books, movies. We have a ton of stuff in there, so be sure to check it out, and I will see you guys in my next review. Bye.